warning before you listen. This epic is not for children, nor for the faint of heart. We retell the ancient Greek myths as they were born, unfiltered, unsoftened. Scenes of violence, curses, betrayals, and a hunger for power that shows no mercy. Given the many conflicting versions of the Titan War, the events have been rebuilt to complete the missing pieces. Here, we tell the myth as it was meant to be told. Sources and references are listed in the episode description. Chapter 60. From the War of the Titans, Clash of Weapons, and the Fall of Time. The last to save the lightning. When death climbed into the sky wings of fire. A scream from a dying sun, tremors rippling through the floor of space, then a crash like a god himself had fallen from the cosmos. No one expected him, but he came, not to rescue, but to declare the end of the world. Hades, god of death, risen from the depths of the sea, had soared across the battlefield of earth, and now, only now, descended upon the sky like a curse walking on flame. He flew, not with wings, but with the birds of the underworld, thousands of them, black as regret, their cries like the gasp of a grave opened after 1,000 years. Hyperion trembled, even Cronus froze, for time itself does not know how to grasp death, let alone stop it. In the heart of that burning sky, Zeus swayed, lightning extinguished, with Hera shielding him using the last glow left in her. But when Hades landed, he shook the heavens beneath his feet. He roared, and the winds parted like silk torn by thunder. He cried out, "I do not come to save my brother, I come to save the lightning. Because a world without lightning does not burn, and without fire, nothing is ever born." He surged toward Zeus, surrounded him in a wall of shadow. No force could pierce. Hera wept, not from fear, but because even light had seen death and bowed. Hyperion tried to chase, but the birds of the underworld descended, each one the size of a mountain, each beak slicing wounds into the very air. Cronus shouted, "You will not escape." But the path had already opened. There was Zeus, at the center of death's wall, being pulled away, but never humiliated. Then, an explosion of lightning, the screams of birds woven into a blinding blaze, and a whisper untranslatable. And then, they vanished. Yes, Zeus, Hera, and Hades, gone from the sky, leaving behind the throne of the sun screaming alone. The sky turned silent, but it still bled. The birds sealed the way shut behind them with wings that looked like the end of all eras. A broken wind, a faint heartbeat, then an explosion of light like a dying star sobbing its last breath. Hyperion stared at the empty sky, watching lightning fade, watching hell itself fold behind it. He gasped, not in pain, but in awe. The gasp of one who had just witnessed the impossible. And then he said, his voice smoldering like a burning sun, "If that was death, then I was never made for it." As for Cronus, he stayed silent for a long moment, then looked into the hollow sky, as if speaking to history itself, and said, "Not to be heard, but to be felt." They ran. No victor flees. He only delays his death, until the hour of wailing comes. He raised his gaze, and with a voice carved into the memory of time, he roared, "All who saved him today, will beg me to let them live tomorrow. Silence. Dense, suffocating. Then a low growl, as if time itself had begun to melt. And so, the war was not over, but the whole world would remember this day, the day death saved life. This chapter of the epic has come to an end, but remember, what you've just heard is not a record of facts, but the echo of a myth, a story born from the imagination of the ancients, etched into the long memory of humankind. If this tale stirred something in you, if it opened a door to reflection or wonder, don't forget to support the channel and share the journey with those you love. And in the comments, tell us which moment in this chapter struck you the most and why. We'll meet again in the next chapter of this audio odyssey through time. Until then, farewell.